Good morning, students. I'm Praveen Thakur with your Standard 3 English. Students, today again I'm going to give the revision of the story The Golden Bird. So, the golden bird, there was once a king who had a golden bird in a golden cage. And every day the golden bird used to sing one song for the king. And the king liked his song very much. But one day the king thought that it is not right to keep the bird in the cage. But the golden bird, as by the name itself, the feathers, it was very yellowish in color. So yellow, it is the color of the gold. He didn't want it to keep the bird because it was singing a very nice song for him. But he was a good and kind king, so he told his men to take the golden bird in the cage and to leave it in the jungle. So the men, they did that what the king had ordered them. They took the cage and opened the gate of that cage and put the cage in the jungle. And the golden bird hopped out of the jungle cage. And then he saw a monkey. And the monkey said, "Oh, you are new to the forest." And the monkey asked the golden bird. Then he said, "Hello there, who are you?" The bird tossed her head and said, "I am the golden bird." Tossed her head means when you do it like this way, and because she was very proud that she has golden feathers and she was in a golden cage and she was with the king in a very royal palace. So she was very happy. "Oh, I am the golden bird." So the golden bird said, "Okay, I will show you the best places where you can feed." Feed means where you can eat. But the golden bird was very proud of her feathers. So she said, "You monkey, you have a funny face. What can you teach me in this jungle? And you have such a funny face. And you have seen my big beak. It is so beautiful." So the beak is the pointed with which they catch the insects and eat, or not even insects, even fruits. So the monkey said, "Do as you like," and he went away. How? By swinging on the trees. Then sometime later the golden bird heard a hissing sound, and then she saw a snake. The snake also asked the golden bird, "Who are you? And let me show you the jungle, as you are new." But she said, "No. What can a snake teach me? I sing so beautifully." "Very well," said the snake, and it hissed away. So the sound that makes they hiss, isn't it? And it went away. Then, after a little while, she saw something moving in the tree. Looked up, then she saw a chameleon. It was the same color as that of the tree, that is brownish in color. The bird was rude to the chameleon too, so he left her and darted away. Darted means move away very quickly, because golden bird was very proud of her feathers, of her golden beak, and of her singing song, that is her voice. So she did not give any respect to the three animals. Suddenly what happened? She saw a large eagle above in the sky. An eagle, students, they have very sharp eyes. From high up in the air they can see and they can come and catch the insects. So what happened? The monkey, the snake, and the chameleon, they also saw the eagle. So monkey swung on the tree and hid himself among the leaves. The snake, she went inside the deep corner of the hole. And the chameleon, it changed its colors and it was the same color as of the tree or the leaves. And they were all very quiet. The golden bird was scared of the eagle and wanted to fly. But she could not fly because she had not used her wings in the cage. She was in the cage and everything was given to her. So she did not know how to fly. Nobody taught her how to fly. Then she cried, "Please, someone, help me," she cried. At that moment, the golden bird felt something like a rope pulling her into some bushes. So the snake quickly, with its tail, pulled the golden bird into the bushes. And the monkey, with its long tail, so you have seen the monkeys, they have very long tails. With a long tail, the monkey took the golden bird into the trees behind the leaves, and the chameleon, he also hid the golden bird among the flowers, so that the eagle would be confused that it is a flower, yellowish in color. So the golden bird came and flew straight past her. It could not see the golden bird because it was hid among the leaves, among the tree, and among the flowers. Then, when the golden bird went away, then she asked, "How can I thank you all?" exclaimed the bird. "You saved my life." "You can sing for us," replied the animals kindly. So they were very kind. From then on, the monkey, the snake, and the chameleon looked after the golden bird, and she sang a beautiful song for them every day. So, students, here it is the moral of the story, that if you are kind to others, they will be also kind. Even if someone is not kind to you, you be kind to them. One day, if for your kindness, everyone will change. Now, students, the second chapter, The Great Escape, written by L. Frank Baum. These are some of the words: cowardly, people afraid of doing anything to difficult situations. That means you are afraid to face that situation. So that is cowardly. Cyclone, that is a strong and storm and strong wind that goes in circles, you have seen. Wizard, a man who has a magical power. They do magic. Steep, rising sharply. That is very steep, like mountains are there. Terrible, very unpleasant. Here are some more words. Spring, that is to jump. Beasts, that is monsters. The animals, very big animals with sharp claws, they are known as beasts. Tipped, that is bent. Like yes, you bend sometimes, so that is known as tipped. Against the tree means you are standing against the wall, so that is against the wall or against the tree. Out of fright, because of fear. When you are afraid, so you shout sometime out of fear, "Mommy." So that is known as out of fear. So in this story, students, a young girl by the name of Dorothy is carried away by a storm, by a cyclone, from far from her home, and she lands in the magical land of Oz. There she meets the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Woodman, and the Scarecrow. Dorothy wishes to go back home. The lion wants courage, the woodman wants a heart, and the scarecrow wants a brain. So they all four of them decide to go to the great wizard of Oz for help, because he is a magical person. So they go to him that he will help them. So after that, what happens? They all come together and they start walking. The Dorothy, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Woodman, and the Scarecrow. And they come across a ditch. So what is a ditch? The ditch is a big hole in which water is runs through it, that is used in the fields, so that water is not collected in the fields. So they then think, Dorothy said sadly, "What shall we do?" That means she wanted to know how can we cross the ditch before, because without crossing the ditch they cannot reach the land of the wizard. So the scarecrow gave the idea that we must try and jump over it. The lion comes, sees the ditch, and he says, "I can jump over the ditch, but I am afraid of falling myself." "Well, I am terribly afraid." So the scarecrow says, "Okay, if you are afraid, I will climb on your back. Even if I fall down, I will not be hurt." Why? Because it is a scarecrow, and scarecrow is non-living thing. It is made of dry grass or straw. So student, if a non-living thing, if you put it down, will it feel hurt? Like your pencil falls down, eraser, duster, something falls down. Is it hurt? Does it cry help? No. They are non-living things. So Scarecrow also said this. Then what happened? That lion took the scarecrow on his back, and they were the first to jump that side of the ditch, and they reached successfully. So the lion, one by one, he took all of them, Dorothy and the Tin Woodman, and jumped from one side to the other side of the ditch. Then they all rested for a while and they continued walking. Then what happened? When they were going, they came across another ditch. But this ditch was very broad and deep. And the lion said, I cannot cross the ditch because this ditch is very deep and very broad. Then they heard some noises in the jungle. The lion whispered. Whispered means to say in a small voice, slow voice, low voice. They must be the Kalidas. So Dorothy asked, what are Kalidas? So the lion said, they are frightening beasts. Beasts means monsters, huge animals. They have body like bears and head like tigers. That is two animals in one. Body is like a bear and head is like a tiger with sharp claws. So you know these are the claws with which they kill the other animals to eat. So then what happened? They came across another ditch, and then the Scarecrow said, well, we can cross this over, but there was one tree out there near the ditch. So the Scarecrow said that this tree is very close to the ditch. So if we cut the tree, it will fall to that other side of the ditch and it will become like a bridge. We can one by one cross the bridge to the other side. So the lion said, that's a very good idea. And the woodman, Scarecrow asked the woodman to cut the tree, and it started cutting the tree. And then the lion, with its legs, because it was very strong, pushed the tree on the other side of the ditch. But then as they were about to cross, the Kalidas came. So the lion said, you all cross the ditch and I will fight with the Kalidas as long as I am alive. And then what the lion did, it gave a loud roar. Roar means the sound of that lion. The Kalidas stopped and looked at the lion in surprise. But then the Kalidas thought, that lion is so small, we are so big. Why should we be afraid of the lion? And it started running. When Scarecrow saw that the Kalida is still coming towards them, he told everyone, quickly everyone cross the bridge. And one by one they all crossed the ditch on the tree, and the Kalidas also was coming towards the ditch to cross. So what did the Scarecrow say? He asked the woodman to cut the tree from their side, from which side they were standing. He told, cut the tree from this side. Asked the woodman to chop away. Chop away means to cut away the end of the tree that was on their side of the ditch. And the woodman started to work on it, and it started cutting the tree. Then the tree was cut, and the lion gave a sigh of relief. Sigh of relief means, thank God, I am safe. So the lion said, still my heart is still beating. So the Tin Woodman said, wish I had a heart to beat like the lion. So they all were safe on the other side. The tree was cut, and the tree along with the two Kalidas fell into the ditch. Then they started walking ahead, and then they reached the yellow brick road and green meadows, and to the another country which was very beautiful to look at. But after that, what happened? For that you have to read that story, the book, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. So in that book, you can read what happened after that. So thank you, students, and I hope you can recollect the story that I have said.